Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Star-Lord Nuthor 7, your planetary defense commander, and I'm here with you live October the 7th, 2018. And it is going to be a wild month. I have said it's going to be a wild month because this is when the Eris alignment happens with Earth and the Sun. And Eris. Eris. So, we all got to be on super high alert. And I would suggest being on good terms with God. If you can do that. Because it is about to get crazy. The models are all confirming that Hurricane Michael is going to be a bit of a monster. Well, good morning, mental pancakes. Those are, in a way, almost as good as real pancakes, because with real pancakes, if you eat too many, you get sick of them. But I don't know if I'd ever get sick of mental pancakes. I was just mentioning how Monster Storm Michael, a Quetzalcoatl storm. Good morning, Danny Rays. Good morning, everybody. Did you go look at the moon? The moon is out. I said, good morning, moonshine. We are watching the whole weather system in the world, really. I'm just trying to say to everybody, hey, the weather's about to get really weird. And by weird, I mean destructive. All the models are now confirming that Hurricane Michael is going to be a monster, not just for the Gulf of Mexico, but for the entire East Coast. Because it's going to maintain nasty storm strength. What is up, GN? Just informing everybody, like, hey, maybe if you've been keeping a bottle of wine for special occasions, maybe this month, because things are looking pretty crazy. All the models. What up, DB? What up, TW? Just telling everybody, the models are coming into agreement that this is going to be like a monster storm. Right now, they're saying it's going to be about a Category 3. Well, that's the problem we're looking at is the models are showing a large rainfall scenario for the East Coast, really. Because watch how I do this over and over. It feels good. See that? I mean, that's a pretty major deal. So that whole system is going to kind of cross over the East. Smoke them if you got them. And like I said, if you've been saving 3 bottles of wine for special occasions, then definitely drink one of them. Because the models are saying, oh yeah, we're talking major wind. And it's weird that she's going to be scooping with 2 systems. And so it's looking like the inside of Florida. But there's one model that I was looking at, my moisture model, with the pink in it, that did the weird thing. I was like, uh-oh, are we sure it's going east? They took it offline. Or it's not working right now. So that when I was like, oh. So I'm just saying, nobody knows where it's going. We should now plan for the models. It's still 3.5, 4 days away. But everybody in the Gulf needs to be prepared. This thing is, the days are going to get weird. But if you go outside right now and look at the sky, it's so beautiful. It's hard to, worry. Because the universe seems to consistently create amazing life over and over and over again. So, if we don't get it right this time, the next time, I'm almost sure we'll get it because we got real close this time. Look at those gravity waves down by the bottom of the Pacific. And you can kind of see our V there. Like if it were a little solar system or whatever. That's what it would kind of look like. And I'm watching whatever the hell's going on here because that is wild. And I think the West Coast, because it's high pressure, you guys are probably on alert. Oh, yeah, the mosquitoes. Have you noticed them too? The mosquitoes, they're like nano mosquitoes. They're like GMO mosquitoes, man. Maybe that's what the G5 did. It created nano mosquitoes. Why? I don't know. Evil super genius, maybe? Now, if we're going to go with a conspiracy theory now, I'm going with the planet Eris one, Planet X, because there's like the V here, and you can almost see it in the atmosphere and the pressure. Keeps looking. We watch this long enough; these continue to look like planetary bodies, in my opinion. I mean, the future definitely looks promising. We're just gonna have to make it through some bumps. I hit a weird, peaceful spot. Though, like I said, for this month, it's gonna be the big challenge. And there might be some people who don't make it. But, you know, I believe in God, so everything is in God's hands. But free will is still there. And I think that people aren't stressing enough how much of an effect all the planets being on the same side of the sun. I think that is like, I don't know, 100 times. Maybe more important than carbon. And so, but yeah, definitely we're going to see some volcanoes, earthquakes, both sides of the ocean, across the United States. During this time, there was a 5.9 in, what was it? The Caribbean. But it's weird. So over here, whoa, where'd you go? Come back. No. Why are you mad? It's okay. Okay. So as we've been going around, so Venus is kind of like, a woman, or like all of us, really. So she's got a dark side and her light side. And then Mars is Mars, He's little and he's angry. But he's a badass, totally. And then there's Earth and the moon. And so during this whole, I don't know, for what, a month or two, we've been like right next to Venus's darkest side. And then Mars has been over here, so we've been like trapped between the two. And Mars is always really jealous of anybody who falls in love with or gets near Venus. So like Mars pokes us in the butt a lot during that time, and then we're dealing with Venus's dark side. We all have light sides and dark sides. So Earth has gone through Earth is like, oh my God, I just want some space, man. Can I get some breathing room? It's like having your mom or your dad like on your shoulders all the time. And so, like, as you can see right now, Earth can start to see a little light from Venus. So I think Earth likes it best because Venus is beautiful when he can see Venus over here. So he's like, yay, I love Venus. That's here. That's great. Yeah, I love you. I love you. I love you. And then he comes around when he gets to the dark side. He's like, what? Why are you stabbing me in the face? What did I do? Anyway. So I think that's part of everything. And then we're going to have our Uranus moment for the next 2 or 3 months. And this is when we cross over Eris. So, yeah, that space is going to be, this is our Uranus moments. But once we get past Uranus, then like Jupiter goes into Scorpio. I mean, Jupiter goes home from Scorpio, where you just get stung by scorpions all the time. But then the scorpions turn into Phoenix at the very end. And then it's like, okay, this is the first time our whole solar system is together, and we're in the lead, but Jupiter and Saturn are totally cool. So, yes, this next 2-3 months are going to be rough once we get past the Uranus point, but then I think it will settle down in some ways after that. That makes sense? Kick ass. So, yeah, but the next 3 months are going to be the Iron Man mask, the skull. And like I'm saying, Michael is going to be a big deal. And so people in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and even Texas, like, we need to be paying attention to this. Whoa, thank you, E.T. I get all tingly. And it makes me feel like a dancer. And okay, I got to be careful with my jokes. Here we go. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, but thank you. Thank you, and thank you. Yeah, I got really angry earlier, and then after that, it's been like peace and tingles. I don't know what the hell. Like I said, 2018 is such a roller coaster. But if you are in the Florida, and we're watching because if this thing continues to trend east, we could see it like hit Florida, or then always it could just do a surprise curve move and head more towards Texas. But right now, we're definitely going to stay between the very tippy toes of Louisiana and the Panhandle until we have an idea that that might change. But in like a period of 12 hours, all the models have agreed after saying forever that, oh, the worst could be like a category 1-ish. Whoa, thank you, TH. This is awesome. Okay. Keep wanting to make a joke, but I will wait. It's 2 early in the morning. Is everybody having coffee? Have you had your coffee yet? But thank you. You guys are awesome. I know I get bitchy and whiny, but it's been a rough year for me. I lost my stepdad. That was and my second favorite horse of all time. So that was rough, but I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. And so, if it is the end of the world, I'm honored and lucky to be with you guys. But I don't think it is, but it is going to get really weird the next 3 months. And then after that weirdness, we'll have a chance to do awesome stuff together, I hope. But for now, if you are in Florida, and Alabama, Mississippi, we need to watch it on Cop Dos. Okay, I'm going to click around here for a second. Here we go. Are you ready? Alright, you go slow. Wait, there we go. Now turn it on. But look at that dip in the jet stream. Look how crazy that thing is. And this is kind of the dip in the jet stream that has been bringing unconventional seasons to Earth, or at least America. Something is dragging that thing down. And so Michael is going to be here, but it's going to hook up with that thing and form our Quetzalcoatl storm. And so everybody's got to be ready. And honestly, yeah, at this point, when we know where landfall is, if you are near the coast, storm surge areas, or main hits, I would definitely get out of there. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, everybody. But man, look at all these little big wheels in the sky. Keep on turning. And I still think there's a chance, because the Eris alignment happens. I think I'm spot on. I don't know if it's Eris. It could be one of the other many planets of the Planet 9 system. But yeah, dude, Eris, like, no matter what, this is going to be crazy. I hope everybody's prepared for it. Because like I said, if you are in the direct line of path of what this thing could be, and if they are predicting that it could be a Cat 3 now, then I would assume, worst case scenario, it could be a Cat 5. And then they'd be like, oh my God, we didn't see that it could be a Cat 5. So, yeah, I know that my mama, who, she likes to golf, so she goes place to place. She will not be in Florida for this storm, so I don't have to worry about it. But if she were there, I would say, Mama, get the hell out of there, or I am coming there to Lieutenant Dan it with you. And so, if I would recommend to my own mother, later, Tim, then I would recommend it for your mother. That if you are going to be in the direct line of path, when we know exactly where this thing is coming, I would not be there. Because, a lot of these places have been taking hits, and if they take too big of a hit, I just wouldn't want to be without power for a long time. And so, how many days do we have left? I really wish we had better traffic monitoring systems so you could at least monitor traffic. I think we do, but like it's kind of the figuring out if X amount of people leave by what date, how many can you get out of there without causing a major backup flow. I was in the Rita, people escaping Houston, and that was a nightmare, but it was a good nightmare because I learned a lot. But, the whole the Walking Dead thing where people they lose their ethics in a tenuous situation. It was under control, but it got to the edge. Because, I saw, everybody ran out of gas. And there was this one point where there were like all these, we were backed up. We didn't move for like 4 hours on a double country road. It had 2 roads. And so like I literally sat there in my truck for like 4 hours. We didn't move. And cause I went the back roads to Dallas from Houston. And the thing was, by the time we got up, it was that there was a giant concrete bridge for that 2-lane road. And so all the people who were trying to get around people right at the 2-lane bridge, it got totally stopped up like ants. You had like 8 cars trying to go at once through a 2-lane bridge, and they couldn't do it. So that is what stopped up the entire thing, was that people didn't know how to do the kindergarten, walk in a single file line in that situation. And so that scared the shit out of me. But one funny story, this was back in the day, but I smoked pot at that time. And I just remember, like, my friend stayed, and I left. But so my friends were all like, "Oh yeah, take everything, give me shit." So a friend gave me a bunch of pot. So I just remember I smoked pot the whole way. It was like a 15-hour drive. Although you went like 5 miles an hour, so it's not like, oh my God, I just remember cops kept coming by all the time. But I didn't have to worry once about getting in trouble, because like there were people all over the place. Like I saw people waving guns and stuff, like it was just a very panicky situation. So that's why I worry a lot about who can evacuate, when, and when is a good time to get out of there. Like you have to know, all right, if we don't want to be here, for me, my friends, my family, my pets, when can we leave before everybody's like, okay, I'm leaving? Because you don't want to get stuck in traffic. And even with gasoline, right now, everybody along the coastal area needs to be filling up on gas. They're filling up their cars on gas. I would prepare for this now. And definitely, since my super warning goes for the rest of the month. You know what I'm saying? So we are, if you're new or just come in, thanks, I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I'll bring back the high tech. I've been going through, I don't know, emotional things. So it's been hard for me to, I don't want to talk about the crappy shit, but I don't know that I have a thing called empathies, where you can feel what everybody feels. And so for the last month, since that whole Kavanaugh trial, like it was literally like getting hit in the face with a hammer during the day, like while everybody's awake. The only hours I'm gonna do. Whoa, thank you, Claudia. I do my dance for you, and I bow, and I appreciate you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is a good morning. What was I talking about? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, like everybody's so mad at everybody for a month. It was like impossible, because like I was getting hit in the face with a hammer because my empathy all day, and then I'd have like 3 or 4 hours between like 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. to like, oh my God, decompress. So I couldn't concentrate like on anything. And when I make those videos, I have to be locked in like a laser target. And so I'm pretty sure I'll be getting back to them in the near future. Because I miss those too. Those videos are awesome. I love when I go back and watch my own videos and I'm like, man, that video was amazing. And I like the funny ones. But like I said, I'll be slowly getting my sense of humor back, and things will be rough, but hopefully they'll calm down by Thanksgiving. Because I think the cold weather will buy us more time. You guys are awesome. Oh, Grumpy Thor left. There was a Darth Vader helmet moment thingy, culmination, and then it was like, oh, okay. It's been a wild year, but we're in Act 3. Or as that Wonder Girl said, 2018 is just started. So that's cool. But yeah, if you're new, we are everybody's saying that this hurricane is going to be really bad, and it's not just a hurricane; it's a Quetzalcoatl system, meaning that the front meets. Oh, there's a bear claw or bear paw. The front meets up with the hurricane, and then the hurricane becomes a landicane, and it's definitely going to bring a whole lot of rain. To look at that. See, like that's 989 is a hurricane low right over New York, so things are going to get pretty interesting. And all the models agree. And then here's one from Mike's weather page, and I want to tell everybody, spaghetti models. Mike, that's what Mike's weather page is, and this is my number one go-to. Cranky has another site up that's a data site that is great too. So that's where I get that information, and be sure to check for your own if you're in the way of danger with their. Wait, where'd I go? And it's got that weird Sonic Mohawk look. Man, I'm fingering it wrong because I have a touchscreen. Okay. But so it's got that weird Sonic Hedgehog look. Yeah, exactly. So basically, it's a Cat 1 hurricane across the East Coast. And, I haven't been to North Carolina or South Carolina to verify the damage, but from what I saw, it looked pretty bad. And there's a guy on Twitter that is usually pretty dang cool, Ryan, and he seemed nowhere near as chipper or as Ryan-y since it hit. And so I think it did, a lot of damage there. And I know Pennsylvania keeps having some major rain troubles. Like I said, the media's been too concerned with other things to really worry about all this fascinating weather stuff that's going on. Although I saw some reports on the 7.7 earthquake damage that's literally like, you had several towns and cities crumble, and like everything kind of crumbled, and so they're still like nothing works. There's still survivors, and it's just a really bad situation. But yeah, look at that. That's the water vapor right there. I mean, I know that I guess it needs, people usually think, I don't know what the record is for something to go from this to Cat 5 in time, but seeing the models have changed from most didn't think it would be a Cat 1 hurricane to now they're all pretty sure it's going to be a Cat 5. That's a good time to be like, okay, I'm definitely getting the hell out of the way. And we're going to be getting the Azores high rain stream here, and then you get the hurricane stream here. So it's going to be like a double band of rain. You live in Mississippi, Keisha? Well, I'm going to need, how close to the coast are you in miles? Because I wish I had better data to say, like, okay, if you were 10 miles inland or 15, I guess I'll get better time if civilization doesn't fall apart. Okay, around Destin is where my mama stays sometimes. And so I watch that area very, very carefully. And if you are, we're looking at a Cat 3 right now. And like I'm saying, I would be prepared for anything. Is definitely prepared for it to be a major hurricane. Like I would, if you were, I don't know, right along the coast or even that partially inland, I would not tell my mama to stay there. Or I would say, Mama, if you're going to stay there, then I'm going to come with you. Because it, right now, it definitely looks bad for Destin. Though we're going to have to keep monitoring. But if you look at the majority of the models are consistently saying it's going to be a major hurricane almost going right over the Destin area. Now we've got, and remember, to the right of the hurricane will bring the worst of the storm surge. And so this is one of those cases where, most of my life I've not had a lot of money. So if I could afford to like go leave for 3 or 4 days and not have it break the bank or anything, and knowing that your work or your school will give you time off, I wouldn't risk it. And then I would get out of there sooner than later 4 miles inland, yeah, I would definitely not. I mean, keep watching because, like I said, if money's tight, then you got to do it. Danger versus can you afford it? But if these are anywhere close to correct, then I would not 4 miles inland. This is the euro, which everybody's like, oh, the euro is amazing. Well, I'll what is it? Is it Sunday? Yeah, it's Sunday. Well, then I'll do a video tonight, like I did with Harvey, and I'll make it better, where I ask the governors to let people out as soon as possible, because like if the models are in agreement that there's going to be a major hurricane, talking 120-mile-per-hour winds, and it's going to go over the area, the sooner people can get out of there, the better, because it's a major hurricane. This is the King Euro, which everybody's like, oh, the Euro's the best. Well, the Euro has it at 953, and this would push a lot of the storm surge somewhere close to Destin. And so if people can't afford it, then they need to get out of there, and please take your poorer friends and family and with you if you can. Give them a can of beans and a Coke or something. But yeah, so like over here, and we're only now 8 millibar degrees away from a Cat 4. So we're talking, plan for anywhere over to 100 mile per hour to who knows. And so, but like miss, yeah, Keisha, how close were you to inland? Because if you're far, then you shouldn't have to worry. Although, I mean, yeah, it depends on the main line of the path, because like if you watch this storm, it basically stays like a tropical storm the whole way over. So at this point, I don't know if someone should evacuate that far inland, but we got to remember that over in Japan, they got hit by a typhoon that had 200-mile-per-hour wind speeds. I know there was a misprint in one of the models where I was like 250-mile-per-hour wind speeds, and everybody freaked out. I was like, no, you're wrong. I guess it was, and so I'm sorry that I posted a model that put 50 miles over the wind speed. But I would say anywhere you get to like anytime you get to 200 miles an hour, it's like, okay, I guess that's like, is it really that much difference? And kind of in this case, where if Earth created a 200-mile-per-hour cyclonic feature over here, then the odds are reasonable that it could do it on this side of the Earth. But the models aren't saying it. But at this point, I'm just saying Mother Earth's been doing some crazy stuff. The basic rule of THORNEWS is if the sun looks really freaky, then the weather is going to be really freaky. And so now let's look at this for a second together. Now just watch this. I'm going to light a cigarette while we watch, but the sun is doing one of those things where there'll be nights where I'll watch the sun and the footage I see like kind of creeps me out. I'll be like, and I don't know how to tell you guys. And so this is kind of one of those where if you watch the face of the sun, the whole face is all very kind of active and movie. You may not be like, it's one of the good things about watching this all the time is I can tell the subtle little differences. And the subtle little differences of this, yeah, the sun is doing one of those things that makes me go, oh, your skin is made of jiggly jello. That is so cool. And lately, I've seen her do some amazing, amazing things with my eyes. And so, it's one of the things that gives me hope is that the sun is a total badass and has loved us our whole lives and continues to rise every day. But I also realize she will be changing the earth and the things around us as well. And why do they always put the box there? Like this one camera has an anomaly on the box. Right there. It always happens right there. Michael could slingshot Leslie into the East Coast. Oh, yeah. Pete, That is totally true. The video I put up, what was it, 3 videos back? Oh my God, I sang over it. Sometimes people get upset. But then I realized, hey, if the world is ending, then I will. Here we go. I'll mute it though. Look at this. I mean, this is Hurricane Leslie. And so that's Africa. Africa's over here, and that's Hurricane Leslie. So this might be what they were talking about, where Hurricane Leslie, who sat there the whole time, I don't know, the whole time, like 2 weeks. And then now she moved out like a rocket after just kind of hanging out. She's like, zoom, I'm out of here. I might have known women like that. And then, just like women I might have known, they're like, no, wait, I'm coming back. And, you know. Oh, I've only got like 4 more hours of cleaning before I can get my kitten. Although I gotta clean the bathroom. They say face your greatest fears. And my bathroom would be one of them. So that's good news. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Leslie. Leslie's a woman and a hurricane. Makes total sense. But so, yes. But oddly enough. Oddly enough, you know when Leslie hung in place until Venus went retrograde. And then as soon as Venus went retrograde, Leslie was like, boom, I'm out of here. So each day I'm becoming more and more convinced that the alignments of the planets make a difference in everything. On that note, to smoke them if you got them. But yeah, thanks, Pete, for pointing that out. I want to remind people, yeah, Leslie's a danger too. That's why if I act weird anytime for the next month, please forgive me, because like I said, no matter how bad it gets, it's my job to maintain a cool head and remind you guys that it will get better. Planet X, well, are you talking about Eris? Because in 2005, when Mike Brown and Scott Shepard and their team found Eris, the planet that got Pluto demoted, they called it Planet 10, and everybody knows that 10 is next. Whoa. Oh, man, I read the thing, and you were like, I'm smoking some killer wedding cake. But all I read was wedding cake. So my mind was like, oh my God. You know, if I was going to have a wedding, other than the honeymoon and seeing her in her dress, nothing else that really excites me about a wedding, except for the wedding cake. Because every wedding cake I've ever had is delicious. I love cake. And then I read it was just like, that's what the name of the weed was called. And so then I wasn't that excited. Because I don't know. I don't think the weed, it's like, to me, it's not the like name of the brand. It's usually the situation. All right. If you guys ever, if life gets too bad and too crazy, please watch a Mitch Hedberg video. That dude was amazing. I miss him. Funniest dude ever. And, you know, I think was the funniest comedian in a very short amount of time, or just the funniest guy in the world, where literally whatever he did was hilarious. Eddie Murphy. Out of everybody ever, during a window of time, that dude was like, whatever he did was just awesome. You could not look at Eddie and smile. Man, those days. Yeah, so Planet X, you know, yeah, this is why the warning I put out is based on Eris. Because as we can see here, Eris and Earth will be in an alignment in around the 16th. Anywhere from the 11th to 17th. So, that's what we're watching. And the thing in the sun kind of looks like Eris. You know, it's the V. We've seen them shoot out of the sun, space birds. You know? And in the hole, as Venus goes retrograde in Scorpio, the Scorpio is also the Phoenix. And so space birds are just basically phoenixes, right? The sun shoots out space birds all the time. And I don't think outer space is like empty. I think it's like an aquarium. I don't know. So my theory, but remember, I'm crazy enough to believe that the sun communicates with me, and I communicate with the sun. Like pretty much the last 100 times. I mean, in a reasonable situation, not a major storm, but the sun was behind a cloud, and I started to sing to her. She comes right out, and she's super cute. So, what was the thing? Oh yeah, no. So my thing is, I believe light is instantaneous, or parts of light, or it's like a river. So because the sun is shining on us and continues to shine without stopping, there are parts, each light molecule is connected. So if water travels at X amount of speed, how fast can the ocean travel? Does that make sense? So technically, I don't know if the sun ever just stopped shining. We might feel it instantly. It's the theory of if you have a wooden plank that is the length of a light year and you push it 1 inch, how fast did the plank move? Hey, JJ. Jane Jones. That would be a good character name. Jane Jones. Hey, God bless you, Daryl. Daryl, and Daryl. That was a good show. They used to make badass sitcoms in the heyday. I know I don't want to be one of those old guys who's like, hey, back in my day, things were awesome. Well, the sitcom era was fantastic. Newhart, that's what the show is called. So yeah, you got just remember this: Planet X is real. I don't think Nibiru is, because technically Nibiru smashes into us, and the odds of that happening are pretty low. Unless it was the size of like a blue giant star, then it would eat our sun and everything. It was big. So if you're new joining us, the Storm Micheal looks to be a monster, and also Sonic Hedgehog now in the Gulf. We are now pretty sure, like 100%, it is going to be a hurricane. But I've been saying that for like 10 days. And then it is going to ram the East Coast. Like it was mad at, or like the East Coast owed it money. Look at that. Boom. And just watch how it's two storms. Like you can see them, see how they're working together in unison. So I love you too, Shirley, Jimenez, sorry. Trying to roll my R's. And DK's cool. Where's Hattiesburg? Oh, like, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'll try and figure it out. Man, this live's crazy. Like, I'm talking to you guys instantaneously. Hey, Sue. Good morning. Thank you for loving my videos. And like we were saying, I would like to bring back Shari. My Shari. Thor, the new hippy dippy. Yeah, well, the whole thing is, I'm really more of a planetary defense commander. This is why I got angry. And I got angry earlier. Because it's like, America seems 100 times more divided than it was when I started to unite everybody. And so, if we're not going to unite, what the hell is the point? Like, I'm not a damn weatherman, Like, technically, by getting on the stage, which is what YouTube is, it's just a big stage in the world that anybody can show up at any time. That, the most powerful people in the world, like the Rothschilds and the Mars family and the Astors and all the Rockefellers and the Z's and the Zoos and the the like three we don't even know the names of, that during the most transitional time, to get the word out that, hey, we need to rally the realms, unite the families, kind of like Jon Snow, like winter is coming, and we gotta free will this shit into victory, just like in Game of Thrones. We gotta work together to meet these challenges. And so, like, if we're at this point, and we're pretty damn late in the game, so that, all right, it didn't work, then man, I'm not, this is not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Where's Hattiesburg? Damn you, geography. Yeah, I mean, like, technically the last thing I want to talk about right now, or one of them, is weather. Man, I'm so sick of weather. And my, like, getting fantastic kisses ratio has just fucking plummeted since I started talking about weather all the time. And so that is literally, like, my favorite thing in the world. And I need money, but I don't like it. Never had. Power, I was born way too much. Fame, I've been running from fame my whole life. So kisses, man. So if, like, talking about freaking weather doesn't get me paid, doesn't give me any kisses, then hell no, I don't want to talk about this shit ever. Except if it's funny. Was it talking about? Yeah, I don't know where damn Hattiesburg is. Anybody want to give me clues on needles in the haystack? South Mississippi. But yeah, I'm just, wait, where is? All right. Right now, you guys are okay. I mean, not okay. Damn, let me go back. And let me say, what is it? It is Sunday, and so most models hit it Wednesday. I mean, things could change, but yeah, you, like, right now, if this were the exact path of the hurricane, I wouldn't say evacuate. I mean, I don't, because the worst damage is going to be from the eye to all the way out to the right, because the worst storm surge it gets pushed in on the right side, and that's where the heaviest rain bands will be, if my understanding of hurricanes is correct. So right now I'm not going to say okay, and like from this one, I don't know, I got to find where Hattiesburg is again. It's going to drive me crazy. Oh, sweet. That's what laughter is medicine. I'm buzzed. I mean, you missed the story. I've been tingling. Something happened. I was really mad, and then all of a sudden I was really happy. And the universe just felt peaceful. Whoa. Yas. Hell yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. And your name is Yas. Yas Wheaton wrote The Astonishing X-Men. And by the way, that's where Astonishers comes from. It's Josh's X-Men, because when they walk out in the costumes and he says, let's go astonish them, with like Wolverine and the Beast and White Queen, and so that's doubly awesome. Yas, thank you. Right now Florida's in deep shit, Jenny. Yeah, I highly recommend reading. I know that we've been talking about women a lot, and I love women, and that I highly recommend people reading Joss Whedon's Astonishing X-Men, the run, because it's all about Kitty Pryde, and she's the main hero out of all the heroes, and it is so great. It is one of my favorite things written of all time. Really, like, whoa, what is going on now? All right, what is going on? Okay, wait, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So, and I don't know. I think Emma Watson would be the perfect Kitty Pryde. Like, absolutely, totally, absolutely. My mind is made up on that. Okay, so look, Florida, like I said, if you're going to be anywhere in like Destin right now, based on the model runs of the main path and where the storm surge would be, I would recommend figuring out, if you're going to need to evacuate, how to evacuate. Like, have that plan, because if you look at this, everybody's basically saying it's a category 3 now, so that would be like 120 mile per hour winds, and there's a chance it can be stronger than that. And so, and what I want to keep reiterating is that it is going to keep tropical storm strength at minimum over land. Like the other models have, but look at that, is just downright nasty and dangerous and deadly. And that don't let my hippy dippy buzzed demeanor take away from the fact that this is gonna be a dangerous, damaging storm, and the rest of October may change the way the world looks as we know it. And so, that's why Joss Whedon is definitely the shit, man. I respect any and all great writers that can really move me or create heroes and inspire me, And so, I can't say enough about his Astonishing X-Men run. That shit was so badass, especially when Cyclops comes back. I don't know, they're so good. Anybody who can be funny. Oh yeah, his Avengers were good too. The first one was fantastic. But look at that. And then it gets like a tail, like it's a comet. You see that? And it's also like Quetzalcoatl storm where the low or hurricane hooks up with the front and becomes a Voltron of monsters right over that Azores High. So looks bad for this run. Would do major damage to Florida, Georgia, South and North Carolina up through Virginia, Maryland. So this is a real dangerous situation. You can buy a small submarine for $50,000 brand new. Well, I don't know. Water scares me. And not scares me, just I don't know how well I'd want to take a small submarine. I'd really have something that flies. But I mean, sure, yeah, small submarine sounds cool. You can definitely make out in a submarine, you can't smoke in it. Can you vape in a submarine? But, I'm pretty sure, when I lived in Hollywood for a year. And I'm pretty sure in 96, because I had agents and stuff, I wrote screenplays. Still do, really. I know, I talked about how if you had like a Planet X situation, you'd build your city in like a ball, put it in the middle of the ocean. And that way you could survive when it came by. So I imagine they have little ball cities too. But I don't know, 50 grand, when y'all gave me 10, I got super excited because that's like a pack and a half of cigarettes. I'm definitely nowhere near buying a submarine. And my car, God bless her, best Mustang ever, which I've had for 191,000 miles. She may not make it a long time. So if I did ever have any money, I'd have to buy a car before I bought a submarine. Oh, but like I was saying, I don't know. One day I'd like to get a girlfriend, but I'd rather have her be the pilot, and I'll just be the funny passenger. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So and then over here, this brings it closer to Mississippi and Hattiesville. Look how all the models are saying this is not just going to be an event for the coast, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, but it's going to be an event for the whole East Coast. And then, if that wasn't enough for you, we're getting hit by Sergio over on the Pacific. And this place always has such surprises for us. You guys are awesome if I mentioned that. Man, I'm glad I got to give my spiel on Venus and Earth. It totally makes sense to me. But like I was saying that, I grew up like a screenwriter. Well, I started writing screenplays at a really young age. So I just see everything in storytelling. And so the whole planet, that's why the whole planetary stuff makes sense to me. But it definitely looks like there are things going on in our atmosphere that are going to make us change the way we look at shit. And so, like I said, I'm ready for death and I'm ready for love, either or and. This retrograding of society that we've been doing has been no fun. I mean, there's been a little bit of fun, but nowhere near what our potential is. And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can stress the danger possibility with this system. Not just to Florida, but the East Coast. The European model is worse for Florida and your mom and me. I know Thank you, Timmy. Timmy. Thank you. I really appreciate Timmy. And I say Timmy in the, more complimentary way. Seriously. When South Park started, I totally loved it. Not as much as I love The Simpsons, but hey, come on. Simpsons is probably the best show, one of the best shows of all time. Technically, Game of Thrones gets that from me. But now here's one of the things that I saw in the clue of the model that broke when I was like, hey, is that a clue? Where, sometimes it's almost like, there's an evil dude running the game, so we got to beat his challenges. Oh, I got taught how to horse punch in the ocean, so Hurricane Hermione. No, I think it's gonna be like the Hurricane Hermione, all leveled up. But it might be like if Hurricane Hermione was like Dark Phoenix. So I don't know, I'd get out of Dark Phoenix's way. But oh yeah, what was it the clue? It was like, is this gonna push it west? Meaning, should I be telling people? I definitely, if you're in Houston or Texas, I would be watching out because, like, is it this one? When it comes to meet it, like, if you see here, like, it's the Quetzalcoatl storm where the front finds the low, like here. And so if we watch, like, the front is actually behind, so it's over here, and it puts the hurricane here. And so if my theory is correct, that would pull the hurricane actually wester. And so the thing I saw in the moisture level before they took it down had this weird thing happen. Remember, there was an earthquake in the Caribbean, like I kind of predicted. And so if, anything can happen, so it could get kicked off to the west. And I thought that from this thing that's broken right here, the precipitable water map that I was talking about, the pink. I'm like, oh, check this pink out. They just put it in here. Wait, let me go to the one. Maybe it's the new one that's broken. Let me go to the old one. Yeah, maybe the old one will work. Uno momento, por favor. The old one's broken too, meaning the non-classic. So that's not a good sign. This is one of my favorite maps because it shows the total precipitable water, and it's got the thing where they added the pink to it, which is like 3 inches and over per 3 hours or something. And so it's like, wow, they had to, shit has gotten so wild. The new rainfall level totals have gotten so out of this world that they had to add a new color. And so that went down. But that had the clue on it where I was like, what if it kicks it west? And so, yeah, if you're from Texas or Louisiana, there's no lock for sure on where this thing is going. Whoa, and so this spins Sergio up west. And things are so wild. Oh, my God. Let me show you, a special thing, because you guys are here with me live. And I'm really happy about someone named Yoss buy me a pack and a half of cigarettes. Watch this shit. This was serious last night. And tonight, if you get a chance, that's serious. That's me and my camera. I had to zoom in with my program, but you see that? That is, let me mute myself. That was, and tonight, I'm going to ask you a favor. Go out, and when you get a chance, watch Sirius, if you can. Because I zoomed in, but check this, like, I never saw a star act like that. Good morning, K-A. And so I videotaped Sirius for a while, and it's not it moving, it's me because I was zoomed in. And but you can see the color blue, but you can almost see a moon going around it. It was a star. Come back. Whoa. So, where is it? That. So here, I guess here's not a zoomed in version. What the hell? But wait. Oh My good presentation just went sour. Okay. But see, look at that. You see that? I mean, that's Sirius, the star that is to the west of Orion. And so my phone is not, it doesn't have a good zoom at all. And so I could see Sirius acting like I've never seen any of the planets act. That's an asterisk, though, because I have this funny story I tell, and it's true, that when I used to, one of the nights I was staying at the ranch with my mom and my stepdad, and I lived there on and off for, I lived there anytime I could because it's such an amazing place. Look, there's the V there. Whoa, look at that, see? And so I would like hang out in the backyard with the horses and the dogs and just, drink beer and smoke up and just stare at the stars all night and walk around the ranch, picking up sticks and throwing rocks at trees and talking to the stars and the planets and the horses and the dogs. And it was a great time every single time. And so one night I was out there and staring at Jupiter, and I could see lightning flying off Jupiter. Jupiter was acting crazy. He looked like a Mayan or Aztec, like the dancer cart, and I was like, I went in and I knew that they wouldn't believe me. And I went to Mom and Jim. I was like, Mom, Jim. Oh my God, I just saw lightning off Jupiter. There was lightning on Jupiter. Literally, I saw lightning on Jupiter. And Mom goes, have you been smoking marijuana? And my mom don't like marijuana smoking at all. Like, not at all. No. And so I was like, I gotta go. And I ran out or something. Because I don't like to lie. And so, and my mom would definitely tell, anytime I ever tried to fib to my mom always knows. And so the next day, NASA came out and was like, giant lightning storm on Jupiter. And I was like, see, Mom, see, Jim, yes, I'd been smoking, but, it wasn't that. Yeah, look at that. It's serious, man. And so that's why I'm kind of like, oh, yeah, so weird weather and the sun is weird and air, I'd never seen Sirius look like that. So, anything is possible these days. And it almost seems like the wilder and the more incredible the political situation gets, that, are they distracting us from something? Because if you look at the situation, the oceans are kicking. I mean, that's all water. And the 6-0 in the Caribbean was like right around here. And a cool person, sent me something on Twitter saying that the actual damage done to the structures and the people where the earthquake hit was pretty bad. So, I've said that, especially since the Deep Horizon oil spill, if you're along the coast, if we ever see like an 8-0 earthquake anywhere around here, even over a 7, I'd be ready to get out of the house in 15 minutes. But I mean, that's an extreme scenario, but the way things are, it's so weird. You never know. So like if we go over to mean sea level pressure, that's the pressure on the atmosphere from the inside of Earth and the outside. So the situation going on over here is wild. And remember, so earlier you had your big, what's up, my man? Over here earlier you had your big, all the main storms by Japan. We got hit by 9 or 8 storms. And then in this ocean, now it appears the activity is starting to shift this way. And so there you can see the V feature that we usually see in binary stars and stuff, trinary. So the pressure situation seems to be totally off the hook. Look at those weird, it's like a face. Oh, so it's like, the boobs, the nipples off. Then you got like the face, but like the face is wearing gauze or something. So I don't know what's going on over here, but this situation between this low and this high has kept me fascinated. And then down here is Sergio, causing the gravity waves in the ocean. And then what is this thing over here even? It's almost like an upside down joystick. So that's, I mean, if that situation isn't enough to be like, hey, Sue S. Hey, Mr. Stonley. But yeah, look at that. And this one's showing that weird comet feature. Wait, let me go to total cloud water. So yeah, smoke them if you got them. And if you were going to be near landfall, if you're anywhere from 10 miles to anywhere near the coast, I would not be there. I would recommend evacuating. We don't know specifically 100% where it's going to land yet, but this is definitely a storm I would not want to mess with. I don't care if you've been in hurricanes before. 2018 is a whole different game. Like, look at this whole mythological setup going on here. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. I don't know, how's everybody doing in the Venus retrograde? Which is a rare event, I hear. I know that I had a hard time up until about midnight-ish, and then all of a sudden everything was great. And I was like, yeehaw. Come hell or high water, death or love, I'm ready. And so all the spirits at the bottom of the world are definitely throwing a party. And just look at that giant storm system. What is going on? Look at that. That is so. Those are the space birds. The space birds are in our atmosphere. Projected rainfall amounts. Whoa! See, look. Wow. See, that's the Quetzalcoatl. It's the front and the thing. We can go over to let me go to. This is an excellent question, by the way. Thank you. That one's not going to give it to us. That one is Prude. How about this one? GFS gives it up. Wait. Here we go. Remember, the GFS caps out at 24. That's our government for you. I guess they think you can't handle the information, so they cap it at 24. And then when it's done, they're like, "Oh yeah, it was at 45." So yeah, the yellowish is 24 inches. Although this is expected over 2 weeks, but like I said, no, we'll just use it a ballpark for now. The yellow's 24, and then the color range goes down into like 5. But I'm saying that right now, dang it, I fingered it wrong again. I need more practice. Okay, so shucks. Okay, over here, there you go. Whoa, and that shows a lot of rain coming for South Texas too. And I want to tell you guys, the system, I don't want to freak anybody out, but the system is showing another system behind this one. Storm shelter for 5. That's what I'm saying. There seems to be a lot of ideas that are possible that nobody's been doing yet. I mean, you can build safe spaces and structures, and if they release the technologies that are available today, we could build super cool shit right at the edge of the ocean that could withstand 200, 300 mile per hour winds and have them be massively huge. I don't know. Someone told me that if you create glass in a vacuum, it's stronger than steel. So, I don't know. We're either going to get to that point in life where the non-super rich people are treated like humans, or we won't. It was like, I don't know, an astounding phase to me was people are people too. Because it's true. It's time we start treating the people like they're people, man. I promise you, everybody would enjoy. And everybody win. But I guess that's what the next 2 months are going to be about. I think everybody's going to be humbled on some level. Because nobody knows everything. That is for sure. And nobody controls everything. That is for sure. But if you are late to the game here, yeah, the glass tower on the moon. And then if you add Martian glass, I'm sure it's like extra super strong. And so, if you're just joining us, all the models are pretty much in agreement that Michael is going to be a lot more like the villain from Halloween and come as a major hurricane. Category 3, with over 100 mile per hour winds, bringing a lot of storm surge. And so not only will we be counting the rain, which some areas are showing over 20, 24 inches, but you're going to get storm surge. Although the thing that made Harvey and Florence so deadly and dangerous and damaging was that it stalled out. And the models haven't shown any signs of it stalling out. So that is good news. But it's going to pack a punch, and then it's going to maintain some type of strength all the way out the East Coast. So I want to reiterate again for anybody, like, this is not just a hurricane. This is a monster storm system. Like, look at that. This is all crazy stuff. This is crazy stuff. If you're in the green, are you on the right side of the green? Because the right side of a hurricane is where it, if I understand my hurricane physics properly, it pushes, like, as the winds are counterclockwise, it pushes the worst of the rain on this side. So it's like right here, if you're in the green, that can still be really bad. If you're over here in the green, then you would be a lot safer. Like in this landfall scenario, this area right here might not even get much rain. But then over here, you get 20, 30 inches and then 10 feet of storm surge. And like I said, let's I gotta stop saying like I said. Because I mean, if I said it and you heard it, then you know I said it. So why would I gotta say like I said? What the heck? The sun is coming up in the way I have my monitor positioned. That makes it tenuous. Wait, no, tenuous is wrong. Okay, 81 degrees, 80 degrees. I don't trust this shit either. 83 degrees. So let's go to, let's leave it right there. And so you need like, what, 85. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, crap. Now I'm screwing everything up. All right, let me try that again. So you need 80 degrees to make a hurricane. Well, I'm very glad you are a good witch. Because we are all magic. And I want everybody to win. So you need 80 degrees to make a hurricane. And so anything over that allows for intensification. And the hotter allows for more intensification. Thank you, Anthony. And so, we're looking at, if it's saying 85 on here, that's pretty dang hot. The Atlantic side, Florida, is hotter than the Gulf side. That, I believe, because there's a YouTuber I found, I forget his name, but, well, thank you, BS, Brian. There's a YouTuber I found who, at least I learned from his video, that there's a Atlantic, wait, what is it? Yeah, there's a volcano zone here, man. Like, it's called I think it's the New England Seamounts or something. But right where this hotline is, that's volcanoes. You're making me smile. Sure. Oh, Cherie. La Rue. That means the road in French. But see this area right here, that's volcano strip all the way up to the New England Seamount. And so that's one of the reasons the Atlantic is anomalously hot, I believe. And so, I know with all the things going on, the East Coast does have big earthquakes sometimes. I mean, the Madrid earthquake was over here somewhere. And so I definitely think we need to watch out. And knowing that there are volcanoes in this area, then, yeah, I don't know. And the way the Caribbean has been going. Caribbean. And knowing that we had a 5.9 earthquake yesterday, that I think we could see a volcano erupt over here. Did you know? Was it Puerto Rico? I forget which island has a volcano on it, and it erupted like 100 years ago. So, I mean, if we could see a major Caribbean volcano eruption, very worst case scenario, we could see if they start talking about the seamounts, then that would mean it was a major eruption. And if things weren't so shitty, then we would have all those cameras or satellites they put up that could show us the infrared. Like, you could literally, one of the easiest things they could show us is the magma signature underneath under the ground, so you could actually track lava flows and stuff. If they wanted to show us that, they could. But let's go over to wind gusts. And the Euro is the one that was saying it was like a monster. And remember, these are the processes that carved out the Gulf and the Atlantic. So let's go. Let us zoom in together. And I will find where Hattiesburg is. So yeah, right now, yeah, this area, I wouldn't recommend being in this area if this is what turns out to be true. And right now, we don't know exactly where it's going. We're getting a better idea. Definitely always assume there could be some changing variables, but if you're getting like 130 mile per hour wind gusts, like in this setup here, it would push in so much water to this whole area, and that would be very bad. And that, I don't think the media did a good enough job with Hurricane Florence talking about how damaging it was, because at one point in North Carolina, there were 1,000 roads that went down. And so, I don't know, in Houston, traffic is super bad. And I don't know of many states that could take a bunch of highway hits. And so for right now, if you're in here, if you can't afford, like, I don't know, it's going to be hard to figure out exactly when at the time when it's like, oh yeah, evacuate. But if you can afford to get away, I wouldn't risk it, because shit has been weird. And knowing that one of the hurricanes like 2 weeks ago got 200 miles per hour on the other side in the West Pacific, we could see this thing go to a Cat 4, Cat 5 possibly. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if all the models jump from like a, hey, TOM, tennis, yeah, horrible looking storm. So the good news is, you can't hear me very well. How am I doing now? Shit. Yeah, so if you are, definitely prepare for a really bad storm. What time is it now? It's 9. I've been talking for over an hour. So how about this, guys? I'm going to say that I love you, and I super appreciate you. And I'm going to leave for an hour, and I'll probably come back in an hour. Does that work, everybody? But thank you, Tannis. But yeah, it's a bad looking storm. And I can't undersell this thing at this point. All the models are in agreement. Well, like I say, Mr. New York, I'm worried about the East Coast just all together, because Mama Nature has been picking on you guys. But I'll say this again, that this is not just a hurricane. This is a problem for the East Coast. See this, like right here. So this is gonna be a giant monster storm. Like, look at that thing. And so it maintains tropical storm or even hurricane strength as it moves over the entire East Coast. Definitely smoke them if you got them. And so, like, most of the models are saying, it's going to be a monster storm when it hits, but then it's going to hook up with that storm, and then that has it hitting at hurricane strength, 989 millibars, over one of the most populated areas in the United States. So just reiterating, everybody, yeah, a lot of moisture, a lot of wind, a lot of problems. We all live in a yellow submarine. So we're gonna be seeing a lot of activity. But watch what's going. Like this one kind of freaks me out. Like, what is going on? Look at this. Like, it's gonna be a monster system. And so I will be here with you guys. Yeah, it's snow. Oh yeah, it's snowing. Someone was saying that. So you're gonna be getting a bunch of snow. And at some point, at the transition of seasons, I think we could see. It kind of happened last year a little, where you could see a hurricane hit and then a freeze come in. I think that's possible. And if there's a video game, definitely we need to prepare for that with the next one of these bosses that comes up. How are the waves on the East Coast? That is a fantastic question. Let's go check it out. These would be 33-foot waves here. Let's just go right now because, and I do kind of want to show the. Whoa. Great question, E.T. Okay, so those are 17. What the hell? That's interesting. Yeah, the oceans are rocking in a lot of places. And so whoa. All right, I'll let it run. See, dude, I'm totally on the camp. All right. I gotta say this again. The people, this is the sun, and I want to say that I've seen the sun. All the planets are on the same side, and this is the sun right now. And we're gonna get hit by the solar wind. And so, let me go back to. I gotta zoom in so the next time I come on, I'll be better prepared with better information. But for all the people who are like, "Oh my God, mankind is controlling the weather," I am now 100% sure that no, it's not that at all. Because the sun looks like that, and then so last night when I was outside, Sirius, the star that's right by Orion, this is the footage of Sirius that I took with my phone that doesn't have a very good, it doesn't have a good zoom at all. And so, wait, where did you go? This is that is Sirius, the star with my phone that can't zoom at all. The star Sirius was freaking out. And the only time I ever saw anything like I saw Sirius doing what it was doing last night was years ago when I saw Jupiter have a lightning storm on it. And so this is almost like you can see the moon or the giant bird going around the star. Do you see that? And that I verified it with my own eyeball, like that. And usually this phone can't even pick up a star. And so I'll zoom in and I'll get it better so you guys can see it. But that is not what I saw last night was almost biblical, like a moment of oh my God, it's one of the reached kind of a super chill point and where I'm like, hey, I'm ready for death or love, man. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I'm cool with going forward because we've been kind of doggy paddling for a while. Look how blue, sometimes it's blue and sometimes. And so anybody, pretty sure I get that one right. So I know I had people. We live in a star field. We live in a solar system with the moon and the sun, and so for people to think, I don't know, that mankind is totally in control of everything. That's just kind of silly to me. And I think they sold that so, people would be like, oh, no, we got a plan. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that. Do exactly what we say. And then, you can come to our magic land where everybody's safe. Because, all the planets are on the same side. That makes a major difference. So you got all the planets on the same side. You got stars freaking out. The sun's freaking out. So yeah, dude, they may be affecting the weather some, but they are definitely not in control. I got what I saw with Sirius last night was just like, oh wow, like 2018 just keeps on getting more. 2018. Things are not crazy. It's hurricane season, y'all. Yeah, I mean, we've been hit by, this will be the fifth hurricane that will hit us in 13 months, and Japan got hit with 9 typhoons. So, sure, I guess. Yeah, it's not crazy. Yeah, it's not crazy. Things aren't crazy, man. I mean, shit. It was like this in 2000. Yeah, I don't even know. Like the sky doesn't even look the same. Like I said, I don't know. It's like the sky is 5G now, or 7G, really. Oh, and volcano season. Yeah, it's definitely volcano season. I've now technically officially been blocked by every volcano scientist on Twitter. And I'm always polite and nice. And, I don't know. Everybody's doing what they can, I think. Whoa. Oh. The X's threw me off. Yeah, poor Japan. But we're going to do what we can. Brown, blue, and green. Indica. Red, blue, and white. Good morning, Renee. Hey, yes, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to eat something. I'm going to run around. Maybe I'll start in the bathroom. I don't know, because I might not live from that experience, but I'm definitely cleaning my bathroom today. But I just want to say that I love you guys. You guys are fantastic. And I'm sorry I've been moody. I think I finally snapped out of it. Thank God. And I'm going to try to edit a video or two again. I miss my edited videos. But I want you guys to have a great morning, a great day. And if you are going to be in the path of it at landfall, get the hell out of it. Try some wedding cake. I'd love wedding cake. I'd much rather have kisses. Oh my God, especially if the world's ending. Maybe I should get more aggressive in my bandit cuddling. Finding? All right, great. Did you just get here, Michelle? I just explained. Do they control Sirius and our star too? Because I saw what I saw on Sirius was like, all right, yeah, all the everything in our star field's kind of freaking out. And oh yeah, the one other thing was it this one or this one? Yeah, let me go back. This is, whoa, what I just do? Okay, so when people are like, oh, the government controls the weather, I'm like, no. Check this out. So Leslie was in the ocean. That's Leslie. And that's Africa. And that's Europe. Leslie was in the ocean for 2 weeks. She just sat there pretty much. She's like, I'm hanging out. I'm just loitering. I'm hanging out for 2 weeks. And then Venus went retrograde. And all of a sudden, Leslie shoots out of there. And this is a model of the future. And then it shows Leslie almost get into Africa. And then she shoots back towards America. Yeah, don't be scared, anybody. Although, get out of the way if this hurricane is going to come towards you. But, so, like, look at this. Why would they, like, things are so wild that, no, there's no way. More evidence. And plus, I've seen things in the sun lately that are like, oh my God, is this real life? Am I dreaming? Yeah, the whole solar system's involved. And probably the whole star field. And that Eris, Planet X thing. So, you got all the planets on the same side, and that's a major factor. Major factor. So that you got the alignment with Eris. And so, yeah, if the government was controlling the weather, I wouldn't be able to line this shit up with Eris. So when I called, the things getting way crazier, I did it because of Eris. But I just wanted to say that I love everybody. Oh, I love you, Ireland. One day I want to visit. Everybody's always like, the two places that they say are so gorgeous are Hawaii and Ireland, where everybody comes back and is like, oh my God, it was so gorgeous. Of all the people I've ever met, I've never done much traveling outside the United States. So I would like to visit there one day. Okay, so I'll be back, I don't know, an hour or two. And I want you guys to stay cool. And I want you to thank you this morning. Like, I was here the whole time. And you guys were awesome the whole time. Hope is restored. So I love you guys. And I thank you. And I'll talk to y'all soon. It's so hard to say goodbye.